Good morning, class. Today we're looking at Chapter 9, Probability. So in sports, a coin toss often determines which team gets the ball first. An outcome is the result of an action. Let's write that down. An outcome is a result of an action. For example, getting tails is a possible outcome of flipping a coin. An event is a collection of possible outcomes. Write that down. So an event is a collection of possible outcomes. So like how many times you're flipping the coin. If all the outcomes are equally likely, you can use a formula to find the theoretical probability. So that's what this is here, the theoretical probability. So that's saying that the number of favorable outcomes divided by the total number of possible outcomes equals the theoretical probability. So we're going to check this out in more detail. So you can express probability as a fraction, decimal, or percent, right? And we're familiar with all three of those and how they're connected. So we are looking at these little, let's think of them as chips that are in a bowl, and they're labeled, so like game chips, A, B, C, D, E. So it wants us to find the probability of vowels. So what we do is we think, like if we were to reach our hand into that bowl and pull one letter out, what's the probability that we will grab a vowel? Well, in this group, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have the potential of grabbing 5 different letters. So 5 is the total number of possible outcomes. So total possible outcomes. And vowels, A, E, I, O, U, A and E, we really have the probability of doing 2 vowels. And that is the number of favorable, or what we're looking for, favorable outcomes. So 2/5, so we can write it as 2/5. We could divide 2 divided by 5 equals 0.4, so that is in a decimal. Or percentage, we have a 40, right? Move that decimal point over 2 places. 40% chance of grabbing a vowel. Okay, so now you try consonants. So consonants are the other ones that aren't vowels. So see what you can come up with as far as the fraction, decimal, and percentage. Come back to me when you're done. Okay, so you should have got 3/5, 0.6, and 60%. That's how many consonants, or the probability of grabbing a consonant. Okay, so now let's look. All probability ranges from 0 to 1. The probability of rolling a 7 on a number cube, so right, this dice right here is a number cube. It has 6 sides, so it's impossible to roll a 7. The probability of rolling a positive integer, so that would be 2, 4, or 6, is 1. So it is a certain event. So a few things we need to, ranges from 0 to 1. The probability of rolling a 7 is impossible. And the probability of rolling a positive integer is certain. It for sure should happen because half of the dice are even. So this little chart is showing you, right? So this is an impossible event, would be considered a 0. 1 is a certain event. The complement of an event is the collection of outcomes not contained in the event. The sum of the probabilities of an event and its complement is 1. So P times the event plus P not the event equals 1. So basically that's saying even though you roll the dice twice and you might not get a positive integer twice, you still have the chance, the same number of chances of getting a positive as you do a negative. So let's just kind of write down something here for complement. So for complement, I put the collection of outcomes not contained in the event. So complement basically means you have the chance of getting that number or picking that item, but it may not always be the same if you actually do it. So finding probabilities from 0 to 1. So we have this clothes. The picture here shows jeans from Juanita's closet. She selects a pair of jeans with her eyes shut. So we want to find the chance that she's going to pick a dark color. So there are 8 possible choices. And since there's 3 black pair and 2 blue pair, the event of a dark color has 5 favorable outcomes. 5 out of 8. Okay. And then red, right? What is the chance that she could choose a red pair? Well, there's not a red pair there. So it is going to be impossible. Or 0 out of 8. That's a 0 there. And we're going to put no favorable outcome. And now something that's not dark. Well, there's 1, 2, 3 that are not dark. So she has 3 out of 8 chance of choosing something that's not dark. Okay, let's look at this dice. Hopefully you guys have played with dice before. Or even if you have one in your house, you could do this just for fun to see. So if we were to roll a cube 1 time, find each probability. I'm going to press pause, see if you can kind of figure this out. I'll come back to me when you are done. And just be aware, it's a multiple of 3. So 3, 6, 9. Multiple of 2. So 2, 4, 6. And then the number 9. Okay, so for the first one, number 3 and 6 go into our multiple of 3. So that's 2 out of 6. There's 6 sides to the dice. 2 of them are multiples of 3. So our answer is 1/3. Not a multiple of 2. So that is going to be 1, 3, and 5. There's 3 out of 6. Reduce that down. 1/2. And a multiple or the number 9 is going to be impossible. Right? There's no 9 on a dice. So your homework for tonight is page 310 through 311, numbers 3 through 29, and skip number 23. Happy homeworking!